So Bernie Sanders has come out on MSNBC today and characterized anybody who votes for one of the third-party candidates as exercising a protest vote. And this is in response to when he was asked a question, research indicating that a third of under 30 voters have indicated that they will prepared or they will vote for a third-party candidate. It's one thing for an independent candidate, as Bernie was, to out of political pragmatism to side with the Democrats or to side with one of the other parties, one of the other two mainstream parties. But it's quite another thing to then go on, take it a step further and to characterize anybody who doesn't vote for one of the mainstream candidates, and obviously he's endorsed the Democratic Party, as a protest vote. And I think it's significant because what he's then saying is the alternative is so unthinkable. And this is what we've been talking about, and I've been talking about for a long time, is the fact that come November, it is a binary choice. And I think there is a time for intellectual posturing and intellectual debate, and there's a time for pragmatic choices. And I think we are in the stage now of pragmatic choices. There is no doubt, it is a truism that they are, to both Clinton and Trump, are the two singular most disliked, with the highest disapproval ratings of any candidate that's ever sought to run for president. That's a given. But it is a time to suck it up. And I think people get very upset about that, and the reason people get upset about that is because they see Bernie as caving in. They see the Bernie Sanders movement as being more than just the candidate, and they take real ownership of it. And I don't take that lightly, and I think that's legitimate. But, as I said, aside from the pragmatic point of view, it's not as though the revolution ends with his candidacy going away. The fact of the matter is that on day one of a Democratic presidency, with Clinton being in the Oval Office, that progressive revolutionary program that he stood for and that he advocated can continue, or at least there's a scintilla of a chance of it continuing. Under a Trump presidency, you can forget it. All bets are off. The stakes are so high. And the alternative, a Trump 4 years, and this is what Bernie said today. He said, can you imagine what a Trump 4 years is going to be like? Stop and think about what that will be like. And people have said, oh, well, it's never going to happen. He's never going to get elected. Well, do you know what? If you look at the opinion polls, it is not, by no means is it a foregone conclusion. As I said, the stakes are too high. The chances of him prevailing in November are too great for people to exercise that intellectual self-indulgence at this point. It is not easy. I don't take that lightly. But at some point you have to hold your nose and vote for the candidate who is less toxic.